Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your like. And if you're a new subscriber here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our videos. Yes, let's dive into this. Today's video is good. Watch it right now. Thank you. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
At some point, Primeboy was not, it was getting, I would say maybe irritated with the question. Let me just say this, that, I think I was able to see Primeboy for who he is. That aggressive nature, maybe when he's being asked questions and all of those things, he actually displayed it there. So I think I'm saying this in respect that people that might feel maybe he is rude or this, I can say, that I think that is, if he can display it in court, then I think that is just who he is. So it is now left for us to now, try as much as possible to work with him the way we want to work with him. So just to, work the way we want to work with him. So, but although he was warned and he was, talked to that he need to calm down, and because more of the questions were like repetition. I think he saw it that more of them were like repetition. So it was like, you have said this, you have said that, and all of those things. So basically that is what I can remember about what Primeboy have said in total. Maybe if there's any question,
so he actually displayed that because me, like I've said it a few times. I said me, I can't stand talking to them because when they talk, it's as if they are rude. So for him to have displayed it in the court, that means that is him. Even Portable, Portable, for fence. Do you understand? Portable is scared of police and courts. So if you go to the courts, it's like you are standing in front of an authority. If you are in the court and you can be cautious of your mannerism of talking, that means that is his nature. That is him. He's naturally like that. Okay, so he was cautioned, of course, by who? By the judge? Or?
Yeah, by the magistrate. In fact, at some point, the lawyer himself, the Lagos State lawyer, that was asking him questions at that time, one was also exhibited, a reaction.
Really?
That was like, don't talk to me like that. It was like, it wanted to be like a kind of argument. See, it wanted to be like yes, it wanted to be like, because, the way he responded to the question, like he was even using question to answer question. So the Lagos State lawyer was like, don't talk to me like that, you can't talk to me like that. And that was when his lawyer stood up and the judge now, his lawyer talked to him. Then the judge now also talked to him that he needs to calm down, talk, and answer the question respectfully. So I think that was just it.
Okay. So now another thing is, okay, so in that area, so who asked me the question? Was it Shitu San?
No, the only question that the son asked, he was actually asking, I think he asked the question towards the DNA.
Okay.
I think he was asking the question towards the DNA and towards maybe the paternity of the child. But when he asked about the paternity of the child, the judge had to step in, maybe he has heard about who has been linked with the paternity of the child or all of those. The judge
so it was overruled.
No, that it cannot. That kind of question cannot be entertained. That the paternity of the child has nothing to do with. But Shitu argued that this is an homicide case and everything that has to do with it must not be left unturned. And they reminded the magistrate that since this is the murder case, that the court should be interested in hearing details, especially as regarding the fact that, you know, he said that he doesn't know if he's the owner of the child that, you know, that he alleged that Muhbad have said. So I think the judge, his son, you know, did well. You know, he was able to argue out his point. He was able to, like, you know, face the lawyer, the magistrate, and, you know, firm on his words. But then I think he has to still respect the magistrate.
Yes. So the son, of course, argued it. Then it was overruled. They will get to that point at one point or the other. I believe so. So what is it? That somebody is saying that is it true that Primeboy said that Mo called the child a B? Show Sobe.
That what?
Mi ò lè pè dáadáa because bó ṣe kọ́.
No. Okay, is it true that Primeboy said that the Muhbad called the child a bastard? No. There was nothing like that. There was there was nothing that relates to that at all.
What he said was that he overheard Muhbad saying that the child Mobile soon. That's I knocked you once and you came back saying that you are pregnant. So you know, he's not even sure if he's the father of the child. Is that what he means? Or what? How did he say it?
Yes. So that's what he said. That is exactly what he said. He said Mobile soon. They were not okay.
So that's just all what he said. So I think people just use that word, you know, to finalize it. So what about the area of the Lagos State lawyers? They did their own. Then so his own lawyer, uncle, didn't ask him any question because
his own lawyer did not ask him a tough question. He just asked him about his introduction and, you know, just make him understand that. Then he reaffirmed everything that he have said. He let me to reaffirm what he have said. He didn't ask him anything. It was only the Lagos State lawyer, Sanshitu, a lawyer representing this Falano here, and
okay, that was lawyer, the one from Falano. What did he ask question?
Yeah, their question was more technical.
Okay.
And it was more of also, it was the one that asked that question, that what was his motive when he said that he wasn't in that house to sleep. You know, and he also said that he put it to him that Primeboy was not a good friend. You know, because they asked him if at any point in time Primeboy Muhbad must have confided in him. He said he doesn't know of that. Muhbad doesn't tell him, you know, anything. Like, you know, maybe they start. But the only incident, they asked him if he knows anything about Naira Marley, if Muhbad had ever said anything about Naira Marley. You know, he said he talked about the show, you know, when he was shooting, that when he saw the small scratches on Muhbad's face, they had to ask him that what happened. He said it was Sam Larry that, you know, that came to, you know, attack him, and but he said that he said they've settled it, and also that he said the matter is in police station, and he said, and when he said something like that, he had to keep quiet and he didn't say anything again, because since he said the matter is already in police station. Then they asked him about about Wunmi as well. Said, why did he text, you know, Wunmi, that is he close to Wunmi? It was the Panama lawyer that was asking that question. He said he wasn't close to Wunmi, that he's not close to Wunmi at all. Then he asked him that why didn't he text Muhbad? He said he was not asking that. I said, why would he text Muhbad? He said someone that embarrassed him. That, you know, that embarrassed him on the show. That he said that the lawyer now said that if he was a good friend, that he wouldn't still be angry, you know, about all of it. He said he has to be angry because he was embarrassed. So and he was waiting for Muhbad to call him and apologize and settle it out with him the next day. So he said that was just it. He said that it's not close to Wumi. He said, and he mentioned all the things that Wumi, the text message. He said Wumi said, "Don't come yet. I would let you know when to come." When he said that he needed to carry his bags from their place.
And of course, he should still have that message in his WhatsApp.
Well, of course, it's definitely real. It's an evidence. He's going to use that as evidence.
So what about the pathologist?
Pathology, autopsy. Yeah, that one was
so autopsy too. Did they read the autopsy or the toxicology?
Yeah, I think what the man just did, it wasn't as if it was read. He just summarized it.
Okay. Can we say that both is out? So there's no result from the autopsy coming up aside what was read?
No, there's not. I don't think so.
So that is it. All that we are expecting what he released here.
Yeah, I think so. That is it because they were able to show us pictures.
Okay.
Of Muhbad.
At what point?
And when he finished his explanations and when he said that the cause of death was uncertain, then they began to show us all the pictures they took on his body and some of the things that they check on his body, they showed us on a slide. And he said that they took, according to the pathologist, he said they took samples on his body. They took his liver, they took his kidney, they took they checked his bone marrow, they took his bone marrow, and I think blood, something, I can't remember the name, something fluid anyway, that they took it, and that was what they checked. Even some part of his brain was also checked. Then he said that some of the things that they could not analyze, they took it under the microscope. They checked all of those things under the microscope. He said that by the time they got to where they buried him, that the body was already decomposing and he has already swollen up, and his skin was even peeling. They showed the pictures of all of the skin peeling. It's only from the knee that that skin were still there.
Hold on, no, I'm lost, please. I'm sorry, please. At what point, please, did this decomposition, were you able to, did they explain it? At what point? Because he was exhumed at night from, I think, 9 days after he's being buried.
9 days.
Yeah, so at what point did they say to you people that he was decomposing? Like, please.
By the time they exhumed the body,
okay.
By the time they exhumed the body, they find out that it was already decomposing. That some of his internal organs were already decomposing by the time they exhumed him, and I think that was also formed the basis of their conclusion. That was also formed the base of their conclusion that for the fact that the body was decomposing, they couldn't get the accurate thing, and he said that when they tested his liver and kidney, they found out that the drugs that were injected to him, that 2 of them were on the moderate level, and but it's only one that was a bit high. But all of those things, all of those drugs is not still enough to kill him. It's not enough to make. Now, then the pathologist made an example. He said, sometimes when someone has malaria, maybe the person now dies by that. Sometimes it is not the malaria that actually killed the person. There's something they call epileptic. He called the name epileptic shock. I don't know. So that was that. It's a reaction. So he said it is that shock that somebody have reacted to, that anaphylactic shock here. So that is what is actually caused the death of someone. So, but in the eyes of everybody, people just say, it is malaria, it is malaria. But when they check into it, so that is why he said the reaction of that drug that I was given, just like probably he has an allergy, to that particular drug. So it causes a reaction that that triggered it. He said if the drug was taken orally, and then he has actually reacted, that it is still possible that he will die, but it will not be immediately like that. He said, but because it is intravenous, and the most deadly is the vein. That was why it was quick. That was why the drug was reacted quickly and it passed on. But if it was to be orally, and they will be able to still have time, a little bit of time to take him to the hospital, and they will try and resuscitate him and thereabout like that. So he also said that his neck was not broken, that the neck was actually bent. He said the neck can be bent, that a dead body can be bent and not broken. But he said that the casket was inferior, and
the casket was what?
Very easy for them. The casket was inferior. That it was like Paco.
Okay, inferior casket, ni wora.
Yeah. Yes. That and the size was not his size. So and hence that was what made him to bend the neck like that. He said that contrary to that, people said they saw blood. He said they did not see blood. He said they did not see the blood on the casket. He said he said that day, he explained that day rain fell, and the mud has mixed with some of that, because he has already been decomposing, that the mud and the decomposition, all those things, that is chemicals, that will be something that is releasing in the body, were the one that form that that stain, that people feel that it was actually blood according to them. So that was, so he said the part of the body that they removed was just like a chunk of a peanut, like just the size of a peanut. Not as if maybe they cut the body, like just the size of a peanut, when they dissected the body, and all the organs of the body, all the body is complete. Now there was a critical question that the Lagos State lawyer asked the pathologist. The pathologist said that sometimes
tattoo, I'm waiting. The pathologist saw the casket. Most it will be seeing Muhbad. Yeah. So they used the casket to carry him into the lab.
No. They didn't use casket to carry him to the lab.
So is the toxicology became a pathologist? I thought he's in America. No, the
autopsy was done in Lutz.
The autopsy, okay. So
yes. So the samples of.
So everything was done in Lutz.
No. The sample of what they took to abroad to do. They don't have any toxicology pathology center in Nigeria. So the sample of what they took was just the size chunk or the size of a peanut on some of the body, to go and test to see if there was any trace of drugs, any trace of substance abuse, any trace of drugs, and all of those things. So they could not see any trace of drugs in his body.
In the one from America.
Yes, there is any trace of blood in his body. So then he said that the tattoos on his body, that those tattoos were deep. They were deep tattoos that he did on his skin. He said, I didn't mean it was these normal tattoos, that as the skin is peeling off, the tattoos will be peeling off with it. but we were still able to see those tattoos in the pictures that he was showing. It was really, really glaring. And so the different tattoos he drew on his body, he wrote his mother's name on his body, he wrote the father's name on his body, he wrote Adora's name, he wrote Blessing's name on his body. On one side of his body, he wrote Liam. On one side, he drew so many things. So they're not asking that, the pathologist now said that sometimes when they bring bodies like that, they say some kind of tattoo, they'll be able to identify what kind of person that person, the disease is. So the lawyer now, what kind of person is Muhbad? He said, with this kind of tattoo, that not with this kind of tattoo on him, that we're able to determine the kind of person he is. But so the lawyer now asks that, is it possible that the chemicals, since the tattoo is deep in his skin, is it possible that the chemicals in his body, on the tattoo that he used, will also, have a reaction? Can also be the possible thing. He said, the pathologist said yes, that it is possible that that substance also. So that's the substance that you took, and then the tattoo too. Those tattoos too can have impact, on the cause of those things. So on his body, in fact, the body, we could not even recognize the body, the face. Everything has been, yes, it has become decay. His face, people were literally crying yesterday, and when they were showing the pictures, when they were about to show the picture, but Muhbad could not, had to leave, because the man announced that the death was unascertained, and when they were about to show the slide, he had to leave. His face cannot be recognized. You can't really recognize his face. All the part of it was just a gory. There's nobody that will see that picture and will not be moved to tears. It was really indeed, it was indeed a very, emotional time as at that point in time, for many people. It was, in fact, if seeing how his legs is being dissected, his head and some other part, but everybody, all this body part has been, assembled back and deposited in the morgue.
But I thought they said that the commissioner of information said that they put him in the morgue. The morgue that he's in is for rich, as in it's really, really good, very good morgue. So how did his body decompose in a morgue that is very good? Like they said, the morgue that is in is actually for the rich people, where the Lagos State governor, put him. So how?
Yeah, I think, in my own opinion, I think those pictures that was taken when it was brought into the lab. Yes, because they showed us how they brought him in with the clothes, with that white clothes still on, and the cap, that they and how when the cloth was removed, I think it was done in sequence. It was done in sequence. Why they were, removing the clothes and, working on the bodies and all of those things. It might not be one day. In my own opinion, it might not be one day. It might just be maybe they were doing it, at intervals as it is. In my own opinion. So maybe at that point in time, it has not been deposited. Maybe until they finished working on him. That was, but his face, when it's just like the face is just like when somebody is being burnt beyond recognition. That's the hair, but in that case it is like decomposing beyond recognition. So I wouldn't know if it was a rich person's, but I think when they are still working on the body, there's how they leave it. I don't know, maybe. I
Please, yeah, good evening, man. How are you, man?
How are you, my dear?
What did you listen to San Chitu's press after the inquest? You from his expression, it shows that he knew there was something not right about that result being read to us, and he was saying something about the pathologists are still going to explain better.
Yes. The next inquest.
Yeah, in the next inquest.
Yes,
so
he's going to cross-examine the pathologist, right?
Yes, and that is where the secret of what they've been hiding will come out. It's obvious that we know all these delay tactics. Could it be until when Berekete actually got involved that they started,
That's what I thought.
Let me say this. Let me say this. The previous inquest, I think when Berekete got in, I think Berekete was lied to. Yes.
So we don't think we know the guy lied now. Have you forgotten?
No, not the guy, as in they lied to Berekete. As in he was lied to.
Yeah,
that's what he's affirming too.
The guy, because on that day, you see how
the Minister of Information.
He said, I will call back. Let me make some calls. I was
informed,
Commissioner of Information.
Commissioner of Information.
About something that is trending in the whole world, And
now, when Berekete actually gave the date, now let me say this: when Berekete actually gave that date, that okay, we should wait for 10 weeks or thereabouts. Now,
Berekete didn't give the date.
They gave us
Commissioner of Information
that gave.
Ask him how long.
Yes, okay, yeah. That's 10 weeks.
He said 7 to 10 weeks. So Berekete said 10 weeks.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is that after that day, as at that point, the inquest has not. I think it was after before the previous inquest. Now, nothing was done to that, to that toxicology. While everybody.
Let me refresh your brain a bit. The guy said that they have sent the stuff to an hospital in America, and he gave us the name of the hospital. And the next day, me and some other people made a phone call to the hospital on behalf of the Aloba. And they confirmed that there was no international body for anything like that.
Yes.
In fact, they don't even do toxicology in their hospital. They only do autopsy. So, there was already...
The time they took it, the time they took that thing the time they took it, you remember the last inquest that one pathologist came?
Yes.
There was one pathologist came.
Yeah. And that
was when the body was taken for toxicology.
Oh my God.
Now I don't know if many people can remember. I said that after that inquest, I waited back to make an inquiry. I said that one time that I waited back after that inquest that same day to make an inquiry.
I remember.
And when I make an inquiry, that was what I got. That it was that day money was released to take that body for toxicology.
And again, Minister of Information.
Not when Berekete.
Because Minister of Information was actually clueless.
Yeah, he even said the money has been allocated by the Lagos State government, and then
he said so it was that day. It was after that day, after that inquest, that the money was issued out.
Oh my! And he lied. He said the money has been issued out. That he knows the governor has released the money, but that he's gonna do his investigation and he will come back to Berekete when he called him. And he came back and he was just still lying.
Yeah, because they called. There was one that spoke from Abuja. So later on, it was then Berekete called the Minister of Information. I said Minister, I don't know, Commissioner of Information, Lagos. Yes, Lagos. Yes. So the one in Abuja, that one was clueless because that one was apportioning blame to social media. That one apportioning blame to people on the social media, blah, 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 blah. It wants, so it didn't make sense. So the Commissioner of Information, who was the one that eventually, Baba Muhbad, they allowed Baba Muhbad to speak to him, if you remember.
On the live show, yes.
Yes, and Baba Muhbad said two things. He wants autopsy and DNA, which he said they would do it. That definitely, of course, those two things are very, very important, that they would do it. And he was the one that they told us that we should wait. We were like, 10 weeks. We were crying that day. So I believe that was...
It was the PRO, the police PRO that said that it was the social media people, whatever, that he was condemning. So it was the commissioner that actually said that was rude. And Berkett was asking these people do you think I should call him back? Do you think I was... And then people said, no, don't call him back. The man was rude. Eventually, he used his discretion. He called the guy back. And that was where we were able to get certain information. And he was able to come out and make a fool of himself because he lied to us.
Yes, he did.
On the live show.
He did.
He lied to us.
Because you know what, Lagata? And all of you, K-Crown, I want you to look at it from this aspect. Because I was speaking to my boss, and you know, that's my field. I'm not medical field now. I'm not a pathologist. I mean the legal aspect of it. We have had cases. I mean, there are cases, if you go and check our precedences, we have so many cases of where a lady was spied, yeah, by forceful ìbáṣepọ̀ mo bí mi ṣe fẹ́ sọ torí TikTok yìí, you understand? And then a year later, specimen yẹn lára ẹni tí wọ́n lọ exhume body ẹ̀, it was then done, and the person that was of course going through this particular inquest and everything was ṣe test yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ rí specimen lára òkú, it's meshed and mashed. So how did they do it? So Koyemi?
It was 2 weeks. I did doing when the what's his name? Timothy, the wife, was after 2 weeks they found the body at the back of the hotel. And they were still able to do autopsy. I think in the next coroner inquest, I don't think the world should wait for that now. People should let us get the private autopsy done. I mean, if they can make inquiry from a special toxicology, whatever, and ask these questions like, okay, this is the situation of things. Do you still think we can get an accurate private autopsy done that will give us a clear answer? If they can tell us, they don't even need to involve the police. Or involve the
but you know, anything that needs to be done, Lagata, you guys should do. Always know that there's always a lead counsel. It must go through the son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The son
he's an experienced. I'm very proud of that man, to be sincere. More happy go with what?
The pathologist said that. So they asked him that. They asked him that if they take that same sample that he did, is it the same result that they will still get? He said yes.
Yeah, but we can make inquiry from other people. K-Crown, let me bust a bubble here. You see, even from a bone, they can still, a skeleton of a human part, that they can still get all these things done.
They exhume bodies. He got talk back King Pharaoh. One more now. King Pharaoh ta abalaye. Oyibo pe King Pharaoh jade now.
My question is, from the beginning, the Lagos State government should have provided Baba Muhbad an information that it needs to bring a medical team that will supervise and monitor the part of the body that was. How are we sure now that part of the body that they took from Muhbad is actually Muhbad's one?
Number one. Question one.
Number two. Why didn't the government enlighten Baba Muhbad?
Exactly, because sorry to say, Baba Muhbad is an illiterate when it comes to stuffs like this.
Even if he's educated,
No, it's an illiterate. So they are supposed to do it by law. It's a right. It's his rights.
Even if he's a person,
he wasn't advised at all.
A citizen is entitled to those kind of information. You know, like it's
right. You know, no representation, no representative from his family as per medically.
They went to go and bring blessing as a teller.
Omolomo, kill Omolomo yemo.
What does she know?
What does she
know? What does she know? It's a normal protocol. It's a normal thing to do.
If you tell me to expect to lead counsel ye because me this man mo really gbati for now. Mo feel this man, this Wahab, I have a feeling some.
It was not convinced from
yes, mo gbati pẹ̀lú bó ṣe comport at the way he addressed.
People were not talking about that interview, but what?
No, I played it yesterday. Or did I? Okay. I listened to it and I'm very impressed. In fact, that is why I came back today to talk about him. I spoke on that man. I said he's not convinced. And that is where you see a good lawyer. You understand? A barrister. Now look at it. He said there's room for suspicion. Because when they say something is undetermined, meaning there's suspicion.
And he said we should not worry that they just told you something. Obviously, we should keep calm and relax, that they are going to obviously break it down and go into details and give us information about it. So, which means he knows that thing there's something dodgy that's happening. So I don't know. Please don't let us give up. I still believe we'll get justice. It's just that a lot of things are going to be exposed, you know, and this is what's happening.
Yeah, but you see why I'm concerned. I will still tell you people this. The lead counsel, please. I know that sometimes even the petition, that is ongoing, they need to press charges. Do you know why? Because as far as I am concerned, everyone around Mo still need to be petitioned and they should be charged to court. It happened during Timothy's time. Falano did it. Go and check precedents.
The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest anyway. The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest.
Okay, so when is he adjourned to again?
25th of next month.
Okay. Okay, this time around is more than 4 weeks.
I think all of them are coming back. Even Sam Larry and all of that are all coming back to Corona inquest. So they are all going to be reinvited, and I don't know. It's going to take a while, but
yeah, like I was saying to you people yesterday, I said when they say something is undetermined, that means that they are going to use fact finding. They are going to use facts to be able to determine who to charge to. Yeah, that's what they are going to do. They are going to see. They are facts. In fact, it may come up that they are going to do phone forensic. Don't be surprised. If that sister ever decide láti bá wọn dig ọ̀rọ̀, you people will see.
Forensic is in the pipeline already.
They may, because this is if autopsy is not ready to determine, I mean, isn't undetermined. So the best thing is facts.
There will be a lot of exposure.
There's no amount of you throw away your phone. Forget it. If you like, use another phone. They will still do, except they kill Glow, MTN. All their phone numbers, or Luku, you see more low during his lifetime. That's all they need. Fact, that's what they call phone forensic.
From June 2023 to current date.
Exactly. So if you like, go and change your phone. I don't use that number again. Komata. The company is still there. MTN is there. Glow is there. All they need is the number. That is all. And that's it. They have to go deep. They use fact finding. I just expect them to, if even 2023 is too far, they should start from July. Last one títí was September tí mo kú. Oh my, makes sense. Oh my.
They like to do 6 months before, so
yeah.
They can.
Yes. So August, September, October, December. Okay.
Yeah.
What if they say they can't remember the number? They will remember the number. Primeboy knows Muhbad's phone number. Primeboy remember the phone number he and Wumi communicated. You understand? So Darosha, all of them know their numbers. All of them. One more number around now. If nothing at all, Primeboy, Wumi, they know each other's number. Abi? Sending.
All this number has been taken down, been noted down. Muhbad's number,
everything. And of course, they've all given their statement. Remember, all of them have given statements before. All of them. Gbogbo wọn.
Nigerian government, they failed us big time.
Oh, they failed us. So they did. What failed? What failed? In fact, a lot of people have had that premonition that is going to be like that. But I was hope that Lagos State government will mess up. But they will want to prove a point. But when I knew, the time I gave up on them was Brekete.
Said that thing that day with that lady at the house when
yes.
It was a big sign. There was a red flag.
Yes. Do you know when I saw the red flag was from Brekete? When they said, can you come weeks? Money, no, this is not possible. What kind of toxicology will share from September till...
Brekete knows all of this. He gave us a clue that day, but people didn't pay attention.
Yes, he did.
He said that toxicology, even we have done several ladies, within 3 weeks.
Yes, he said it.
Yes.
He said it.
And he said they have done couple. And he was asking Professor Ike that, do you remember we had the one case, toxicology? He said 3 weeks, so he knows. But he actually put that man, he didn't throw him under the bus. He threw him under Eurostar tray. Because he messed up. He lied.
Of course, he lied to the public.
He gave him options to lie. And the
guy
actually thought that he was entertaining him. And he was confident and was proud to even come out with so many lies. So
you could see for me, it was 2-3 now. You could tell. It was so glaring. It was so glaring, that Brekete called them out. And he said we should wait till that time. Of course, by now, Atigba results in Atigbo. I know a lot of things is happening, but it's not everything I can talk. I can't say all. I know a lot of things that is happening. I mean, what I mean is that many things is scattered, but I'm just hopeful, I'm just hopeful with some things that I saw yesterday. I'm hopeful with some things. And if this son, I hope and pray, the way he started, I hope that energy, he continues with it. That's just my prayers. That same energy. That sometimes you have a barrister who has passion for this case, and all he wants is that he wants justice. That's the kind of passion Tifala Normani to the he will always, and Ganifa media, you will see them, they do very well in a case, they always excel. Yes, that passion, the same passion is all we ask for.
I think that with this new sound too, I think you're actually right. And if it were to be, I'm not shading them, but if it were to be that it is still the Odumosu daughter that was still coming,
òun ni mo sọ, mo ti sọ ní kó tó dé sórí platform. Mo ní reason tí mo ṣe pariwo.
That's what I saw. They won't be able to stand, or with the way the stands even argued with, like real argument, not just like
maybe before the judge was called to bench. Man, yet San. Don't you know that that's hierarchy? Before she was called to bench, go to the magistrate, boya San or guy, and that's what they look at in Nigeria. Nigeria, that's how in fact, legally, that's how it